What if I told you that right now, a messenger is hurtling through our solar system? An object that has traveled from the absolute depths of space and time, forged billions of years before our own sun even flickered into existence?
But here's the big question. Is this visitor just a ghost from the galaxy's ancient past? Or could it be something else, something engineered? Maybe a piece of alien technology on a mission? Well, the only way to find out is to follow the data. So here's how it started. On July 1st, 2025, a system called ATLAS, that's the Asteroid Terrestrial Impact Last Alert System, spotted something new. It was designated 3I/Atlas, and pretty quickly scientists confirmed it was only the third visitor we've ever seen from outside our solar system.
And let's be clear, it is definitely just passing through. See, its path is what astronomers call hyperbolic. That's a fancy way of saying it's moving so unbelievably fast that our sun's gravity can't possibly hope to catch it. It's on a one-way trip, folks. It's going to swing around our star and then shoot right back out into the void.
Okay, so before we can even get into the really wild theories about what this thing is, we have to look at the numbers, the undisputed, cold, hard data that makes this object so extraordinary.
First up, its speed. It is screaming through space at a blistering 130,000 miles per hour. I mean, that is the fastest we have ever seen an interstellar object move through our system. It's a genuine cosmic bullet.
And then there's its size. We're still nailing down the exact dimensions, but some estimates put it at up to 7 miles wide. To give you some context, that makes it, by a long shot, the largest interstellar object we've ever laid eyes on.
But this next number is the one that's just staggering. Some studies are suggesting that 3I/Atlas could be around 10 billion years old. Our entire solar system is only about 4.6 billion years old. This thing is literally more than twice as old as the Earth. It's a true relic from the dawn of the Milky Way.
And while it's here, it's taking a sort of grand tour of our cosmic backyard. It already zipped past Mars in early October. By the end of the month, it'll make its closest approach to the Sun. Then, it'll swing by our neighborhood in December before saying goodbye to Jupiter next March on its way out.
All right, so what is it? The mainstream scientific view, the consensus is pointing to one thing. 3I/Atlas is a comet, a natural, incredibly ancient comet that got kicked out of its own star system billions and billions of years ago.
And the evidence for this is pretty compelling. The Hubble telescope has seen a dusty teardrop-shaped cloud, a coma, around it. It's actively shedding dust and gas, about 120 kilograms a second, which is exactly what a comet should do when it gets close to the Sun. And when the James Webb telescope took a look, its chemical fingerprint screamed ancient comet, rich in stuff like carbon dioxide and water ice.
Now, if this theory is correct, this thing is way more than just a comet. It's a priceless scientific treasure. A perfectly preserved piece of a baby solar system from the edge of our galaxy's old and new regions. It's carrying secrets about how planets were born, way back at the dawn of the Milky Way.
But there is another theory, a much more provocative one, championed by Harvard astrophysicist Avi Loeb. And his hypothesis asks a really bold question. What if this object isn't natural at all?
See, Loeb's whole argument is that when the data shows you something weird, something anomalous, you have a scientific duty to consider all the possibilities, even the extraordinary ones. And according to a paper he co-authored, 3I/Atlas is just packed with weirdness.
Let's just walk through this. First, its orbit is almost perfectly lined up with the plane of our own solar system. The odds of that happening by chance? About 0.2%. Then, its path takes it on suspiciously close flybys of Venus, Mars, and Jupiter. The probability of that specific route is a tiny 0.005%. Then there's the fact that when it gets closest to the Sun, it will be hidden from our view on Earth, perfect timing for some kind of secret braking maneuver. And to top it all off, it came from the brightest part of the sky, the galactic center, making it almost impossible for us to spot it early. Okay, now this is where it gets really strange. This shows something called delta V. Basically, it's how much of a push you need to change course in space. And changing your path takes a ton of energy. But for 3I/Atlas to, say, alter its course just enough to intercept Mars, the amount of push needed is suspiciously low. Its path is so efficient, it's almost as if it were designed for reconnaissance, needing just tiny little nudges to visit multiple planets.
So to quantify this, Loeb actually came up with something he calls the Loeb scale, which grades how likely it is that an object is artificial. And where does he put 3i Atlas? At a 4 out of 10. That's right, he thinks there's a 40% chance this thing is a piece of alien tech.
So here we are. We're left with two completely different explanations for the same mysterious visitor. Is it a priceless natural relic or a potential alien probe? This is genuinely one of the biggest, most fascinating scientific debates happening right now.
And the whole debate really boils down to this: what it looks like versus where it's going. The case for a comet is based on what we can see. We see the coma, we see the dust, its chemistry looks right. The case for alien tech, though, is all based on the math. Its path is just a series of coincidences that are so statistically unlikely they look intentional. One theory follows the physics, the other follows the statistics.
So what's the big takeaway from all this? It's that this is not some fringe debate happening in the shadows. This is a real, live, scientific investigation with two incredibly compelling arguments unfolding right in front of us.
And believe me, the scientific community is throwing everything it has at this thing. NASA and ESA have spacecraft all over the solar system, orbiting Mars, heading to Jupiter, and they're all trying to get a look. The data we get when it swings closest to the sun is going to be absolutely critical. And, while this object is rare now, the new Vera Rubin Observatory is set to find a whole lot more of these interstellar travelers. We're going to get answers.
Ultimately, whether it's a 10-billion-year-old relic or a robotic probe, 3i/Atlas is a messenger, and the only question left is, what secrets is it carrying? What will it reveal about our universe, or maybe its other inhabitants, before it vanishes back into the endless night forever? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more explainers on the biggest topics in science and technology.